handcuffs on him, but we've got to play hard, but we've got to keep it clean.
20 minutes ticking away for the first time here in the Rapid City portion of this series, and we are underway. The puck rolls right to Danny Vitaccio off the hop, and just like that, we get our first whistle of the game 10 seconds into this scoreless first period of Game 3.
Well, unfortunately, Michael Young tried to get that up high off the ice, down for a pass down the wall, and they were able to pick that out of the air. You know, that's a 50-50 chance there. But Vitaccio, with his back to the player coming in, he doesn't know. He's not going to take a chance and get a face-off.
Ferrio wins the draw twice in a row, but the puck is controlled by the Americans. Chris Crane on the near side of the rush zone, plays it on a reversal in the near corner. Nobody there wearing a red American sweater. So now the puck comes up to Jesse Schultz, up to Bartchuk and neutral ice. One-on-one, and he almost blew by Aaron Jens. The puck comes back to Matthew Brisebois. He takes a finished check from Chris Crane, and now it's Trevor Ludwig out in neutral ice. Ludwig over the rush blue line, played up ahead for Steffes, but there's Michael Young as he takes a hit from the ECHL's leading goal scorer. Puck sent in on a sharp angle. Now behind the net, Rylan Schwartz has it. Schwartz centering pass for Crane, took an awkward hop on him, and Jesse Schultz is unable to spring Daniel Bartchuk for another breakaway. Here's Schultz now, near side of his zone, absorbs a hit. Cody Ferrio's got it with the American zone. Vincent Arsenault lost it in neutral ice. It comes back to Rid. He's unable to get enough leverage to send the puck in the zone, and now Matthew Brisebois got some space. Brisebois around his three counterpart, Tyler Ludwig, takes the puck behind the net, throws it out in front, and he couldn't connect with Schultz. Ferrio rotated back to the blue line, unable to keep the puck in the zone, and with 17:10 left in this first period, we are still scoreless here in Game 3 of the ECHL's Central Division Finals. Jamie Shafsma, the captain, up to Schwartz. His shot kicked away by Vitaccio, high off the glass. Aaron Jens keeps it in on the blue line in the Americans' attacking zone to Steffes. He switches with Shafsma, lost a handle on the puck, and Daniel Bartchuk's unable to get it out. Schwartz keeps it in. He throws it towards the net, and I think Vitaccio caught a piece of it as he sends it away from his goal. Now Jesse Schultz behind the net once more for Michael Young. Behind, deferring to Matthew Brisebois, and he settles things down in the trapezoid and gets his control breakout set.
Yeah, and one thing we did earlier on that last shift, Dylan Clark, you saw him come back with great back check, and that's what we're going to have to do all night.
Cody Ferrio blew out a tire, accidentally skated on the puck. Luckily, he's okay. The rush avoid chaos, and now they come back through neutral ice. Schultz gets around Valcash, but his pass in neutral ice is ahead of Ferrio and intercepted by Trevor Ludwig. Ludwig over the red line, backhand shovels that one right to Vitaccio, and he's going to hang on for a whistle of this home crowd here at Rushmore Plaza Civic Center. Back the other way, Osachuk to Arsenault, back up ahead for Arsenault, and his attempt on net is thwarted. The Americans once again see the puck behind their net, and Riley Gill plays it on a tee for the oncoming Trevor Ludwig. 14:40 to go in the first period of Game 3. We are still scoreless. Gary Steffes for Arsenault, thrown towards the net, and Vitaccio catches it and hangs on with 14:37 left in the first period, and we are still scoreless. Very interesting play right there in front of us, Tim. Gary Steffes, the leading goal scorer in the ECHL, had the lane, even though he had two gentlemen in front of him. Elects to pass a little too far behind him for Arsenault, but he got the shot through.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to try and keep moving that puck and keep themselves moving to try to get us out of position.
The Americans with another face-off win. Jens through traffic on a backhand. The puck comes into an open spot. We have a delayed call on the play. This is going to go against the rush. Steffes to Jens. The shot stopped by Vitaccio with a man in front of him. And the whistle on the brakes. And he's got Kevin Young all over his backside. Bartchuk behind the net. Pass intercepted by Gary Steffes. And here come the Americans back on the counterattack. Rylan Schwartz. His pass gloved down by Cody Ferrio. The Americans are about 7 miles offside. And that is the call here with 11:49 to go in this scoreless first period, leading to our first Miller Lite officials timeout of the night.
Yeah, and again, a good job. We got that puck down low. We're able to work him a little bit on the walls there, and if Bartchuk's able to get a little bit better angle on that pass, we've got it back behind their net with them chasing us, and that's what we have to do.
First Miller Lite officials timeout of the evening. 11:49 remains in the first period. Neither side has ignited the goal lamp, which, to be honest with you, Tim, that's pretty much how both games played in this series have gone. We haven't had a goal scored unless the first 10 minutes of play have already elapsed. So good to see we're still on pace as far as the series has gone. If this was the Quad City series, it would already be 1-0 with the Rush scoring in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's funny. Score a couple early goals and then nothing the rest of the game. But I want to do a little shout out to a real lifelong friend of mine I was talking to today. He's listening to us in Las Vegas, Nevada. Ken Baker, known him ever since we were kids. And in fact, ironically, I took his nephew on some trips when he played for the Peoria Rivermen in the East Coast League many years ago. So small world.
That's going a ways back if you're saying that the Rivermen were in the ECHL, because I only remember the Rivermen myself playing in the American League. Here comes the puck back in the rush zone. Brisebois throws a hit, grabs the loose 3-inch piece of rubber, and plays it up to Jesse Schultz. Schultz on the near side of the neutral zone. DeFerrio swimming around the defense of the Americans, but now it's Kevin Young back in the near corner of his own zone. He avoids Ferrio up the near side, almost lost the puck to Schultz, and now it comes back in neutral ice on a deflection. It's Ferrio. Ferrio avoids a gigantic check and sends Kevin Young flying head over heels into the boards. What a nifty evasive move, but here's Ryland Schwartz in the near corner. Tries to throw it on a sharp angle and couldn't get enough leverage. Now it's Chris Crane behind the net. Crane with Brisebois all over his backside. He's thrown off the puck. Steffes and Ferrio trade some blows, and now Brisebois blows out a tire as the puck is played into the near corner of the rush zone. 11 minutes to go in the first period, still scoreless. Saucer pass from Barchuk up ahead from Ferrio, and it goes the length of the ice with no tip, icing the signal and the call against the rush. That's our first call of that kind tonight with 10:56 to go in this scoreless first period.
You know, and that's one thing ever since we saw Cody Ferrio and how he dangles out there with the puck, and you kind of worry about, you know, he's not the biggest guy out there of getting a blindside hit, but he saw that one coming, and he ducked out of Young's play, and Young hurt himself more than he thought he'd hurt Ferrio.
10:56 left in the first. 2 zeros on either side. Justin Baker, a shot through traffic off the side of the net. Rebound control behind by Shaspa. There's a scramble in front. Schultz gets the loose puck. Then lost it. Michael Young comes.
Sneaky speed, and next thing you know, he's by you, banging down that wall.
Ferrio wins the faceoff to Matthew Brisebois. Chipped on the near side for Jesse Schultz, but broken up, and Kevin Young sends it off the backside of Gregor Hansen down the length of the ice. This time icing's the signal and the call against the Americans. First time that's happened tonight with 8:14 to go in this scoreless first period. The Rush with another offensive zone draw.
Well, and we'll take those all night, because what we want to do is make sure that we don't give up on our checks. If we don't win that faceoff, we've got to make sure that we stay with our checks so that they can't get that easy pass out of the zone and get out of the zone. We want to make them make passes they don't really want to make and create things like this where we get the faceoff back in their zone.
To the glove side of Riley Gill we go. In the faceoff dot, Patrick Cullen. Across from him, Spencer Osachuk. 8:14 left in the first. We are still scoreless in Game 3 of the ECHL Central Division Finals. The series knotted up at 1 game aside. The Rush won Game 1 4-2. The Americans with their lopsided victory 8-1 last Saturday night. Kevin Harvey possesses as he bum rushes the dot. 2 Americans all over him. Puck takes a high skip and a hop to Winston Daichi. Blue line. Michael Young, his shot wide on the side of the net, as Riley Gill may have caught a piece of that one. We got to stop on the play with 8:01 left in the first period. And Tim, it looks like we're going to still have 0 goals on either side of the scoreboard. Matthew Brisebois now out there. He hands off to Cody Ferrio. Ferrio with speed through the neutral zone. Defers on the far side of neutral ice. Nobody was there to field the pass, though, and Kevin Young will send the puck back behind Bataccio's net. And in 50 seconds, we're back to full strength.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ferrio thought that Barchuk was going to be in that spot to receive the pass, but he had jumped a little bit ahead.
Michael Young now for Daniel Barchuk deep in the American zone. Barchuk behind the net, lost it in his skates, and with it is Gregor Hansen. He may have something short-handed here as Hansen comes through the neutral zone with plenty of speed. Hansen finally pressed off the puck by Matthew Brisebois, and Brisebois will take it out in front in the high slot of his own zone, and it goes all the way to the Rush bench. Aaron Jens and the Americans penalty kill, playing some keep away now as Trevor Ludwig goes back to Jens with 15 seconds to go on the Rush power play. Gregor Hansen now on his own blue line, takes the puck to the red line and dumps it deep into the Rush third of the ice. Johan Rid's the first one on it. Blue line up ahead for Gregor Hansen, stick lifted by Dylan Clark. The Rush have the puck back in their own zone. 3 minutes to go now in the first period of Game 1. ECHL Central Division Finals, period number 1 of Game 3. Now through neutral ice, Johan Rid over the blue line, chipped on ahead for Matthew Brisebois, well outside of his native defensive positioning, and the puck comes free to Vincent Arsenault. He meets some resistance from behind with Scott Brandon. The Americans come through neutral ice, though, and Tyler Ludwig is barely able to get over the blue line in the onside position. Puck's turned off, set the length of the ice by the Americans, icing the signal and the call. With 64 seconds left in the first period, the Rush with an offensive zone draw coming up. Worcester scoreless.
Yeah, and again, Patrick Cullen, a bad angle there, but it's not a bad idea to throw that puck out there. It's an awkward save for Gill, and if any luck, that puck might bounce out in front. And we've got numbers there in front to hopefully pounce on something, so it's never a bad idea to get that puck to the net.
1:04 to go in the first. 0-0 the score. Shots are 12-7 in favor of the Americans. Face off to Gill's glove side, won by the Americans. Jesse Schultz with the steal. Schultz looked up for Ferrio, pass deflected. Barchuk recovers. for Schultz on the near wall. Thrown into the corner, and there's Ferrio trying to complete the cycle. He does. Ferrio on the near side. 2 Americans all over him. He lost the puck in the shuffle, and it comes on the play to Ian Schultz. 40 seconds to go in the first period. We're still scoreless as the chant for a brief moment was "Let's go Rush" here at Rushmore Plaza Civic Center. Now it comes up to Jesse Schultz. He hangs onto it, neutral ice. Schultz taking his time. He's onside. No, he's not. I stand corrected. 31.7 seconds left in the first. Offside's the call against the Rush. And we're still scoreless.
Yeah, unfortunately, Barchuk was trying to keep that right foot of his on the line, and just his momentum lifted it up off the ice, and Schultz is crossing over the line with that puck, and that's what drew the offside.
Faceoff's coming from across.
Break up their plays before they get to our zone.
20 minutes ticking away for the second time tonight, and the Americans win this draw to open up the second period. Conrad Abelstauser to Gary Steffes. He lost the puck, but Abelstauser recovers and rifles a shot from the red line. That goes wide of Vitacchio's net. Daniel Barchuk up the near side, locates the puck in his skates. It comes back to Michael Young, but we have a stop on the play. Our first whistle of the second period, 18 seconds into the middle frame as the Americans are called offside.
Yeah, and that's a play that Michael Young, he wasn't 100% sure it was offside. If he does, he takes his time with that puck. If they touch it, they're going to be called for offside. Otherwise, he's going to have a little time to set up a good pass.
Crossing the Americans' bench in neutral ice we go. Ferrio and Steffes hacking at each other in the face-off dot, and Steffes wins the draw all the way back into his own zone. Behind the net for the Americans, it's Kevin Young. Young up to the forehand of Chris Crane. Now to the forehand on the play of the captain, Jamie Shafsma. Shafsma in for Steffes, rimmed behind the net. Shafsma's got it, back for Steffes. He settles the puck from neutral ice all the way to the far side. Schultz down low, looking for Ferrio. Puck goes in front of him, and now Barchuk's got it in the near corner. Left for Ferrio, head fakes, and it comes all the way to Michael Young. Young on the blue line, D to Matthew Brisebois. Played off the man in front of him in the far corner for Schultz. Schultz for Ferrio with Osachuk all over his backside. Ferrio, toe drag, backhand shot stopped by Gill. I don't know how that shot got through, but it did. Brisebois keeps it in on the blue line. Comes into Schultz. Schultz on the far side of the zone, thrown towards the net. And it looks like it may have been deflected by one of the players in front. Schultz still has it though. Dancing around a sea of Allen defenders, now to Michael Young. Down in the corner from Barchuk. Barchuk in front for Schultz, shot by Gill. And the rebound comes to the Americans, and here they come with it. For the visiting side, Spencer Osachuk over all 3 lines. Arsenault, touch to Hansen, and Hansen lost the handle of the puck, but recovers on the near side. Hansen is shot through traffic, stopped on the play by Matthew Brisebois in front of his goaltender. Kevin Young a try, that goes over Vitacchio's net. Now to the far side of the zone. Abelstauser a shot, kicked away by Vitacchio. Puck is on the backside of the net, and Vincent Arsenault is throwing his weight around. Here comes Michael Young with the puck. He sends Chris Crane flying to the turf. Both gentlemen carry each other down to the ice. Ferrio fighting for the puck, and it is just an absolute fire drill in the near corner of the Rush zone. Here comes Barchuk. He can't get around Young. Crane a sharp angle try, stopped by Vitacchio, and he hangs on for a whistle.
He was able to glove that one easily.
18 seconds gone by on the 2 minutes the Rush are given on this power play. 12:39 is left in the second period. And the Rush are looking to double their lead on their second power play of the night. Kevin Young with the try, shorthanded, the puck bouncing loosely. And Gianni Vitacchio, I don't know how he got that puck, but he did. And the stoppage comes. How crazy is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. 12:34 left. It's still 1-0.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to need to advance in the playoffs in professional hockey. Your goaltender is going to have to come up with saves that you just don't know how he did it, but that's why he made the save. He came way out of his crease and challenged and got that bouncing puck.
Face-off still to the glove side of Vitacchio. Shasma in the dot with Ferrio. Ferrio wins this draw, and Michael Young absorbs a hit to make the play to Matthew Brisebois. Brisebois up with speed to the backhand of Ferrio. And neutralized, backhanded right to the body of Conrad Abelstauser, and he throws the puck into the near corner of the Rush zone. Michael Young's the first one on it. He's got some heat from behind in Chris Crane, but he plays the puck to Daniel Barchuk. Barchuk takes a hit from Shasma, lost it, and here comes Crane over the Rush blue line. 1 minute, 13 seconds left on the second Rush man advantage of the night. Michael Young leaves the puck behind for Matthew Brisebois. Up ahead for Ferrio. Shrugs off a hit from Ryland Schwartz, and the puck comes back to Brisebois in neutral ice. Brisebois dangles in front of the Americans' bench. His pass comes to Barchuk. Now for Ferrio. Drop back for the NHL contracted defenseman with the Chicago Blackhawks. Brisebois rims the puck all the way behind Gill's net. Gill plays it out for one of his oncoming defensemen on the play on this penalty kill, and here come the Americans through neutral ice. Kevin Young up ahead for Gary Steffes. Steffes lost the puck to Dallas Earhart. Here comes Cody Ferrio with some daylight as he throws the puck in neutral ice. Lost a handle on it. Hang on. Second period. We are still In a one-goal game, the Rush with a 1-0 lead. Schwartz to Schaffsman, a try, stopped by Bataccio, and the puck is knocked wide of his net. An outstanding stop by the 6th-year pro out of St. Francis Xavier. Now back in the near corner, Brisebois lost a stick on the play, and here comes Ferriero with the puck. To Schultz, up for Barchuk, pass intercepted. Back in the neutral ice, the Americans coming through. Valcash into the corner, takes the puck behind the net. Brisebois catches up to him. Brisebois toe-to-toe on the play with Valcash. Now drop back for Tyler Ludwig. Shot from the near wall, doesn't get off. It looks like he lost his leverage. Johan Rid reverses that near side, plays it to Michael Young, and he will flip it, but it's gloved out on the play by Steffes in front. Kicked away by Bataccio. I don't know how he saw that puck. It took an awkward roll on him, but he avoids chaos. Steffes is pressed off the puck by Michael Young, and it comes back on the near side of the Americans' attacking zone. Tyler Ludwig for Justin Baker. Puck took an awkward bounce on him, played behind the net, and Costello's got it. With Michael Young all over him. Costello through the slot, couldn't connect with Steffes. Keeping it in, Tyler Ludwig played on the near wall, looking to get a cycle going, and he connects with Steffes. For Costello, shot on a sharp angle, kicked away by Bataccio. Rebound is eaten up by Michael Young, and he tries to facilitate from behind his net, and now up to the near side with 6:10 to go in the second period. Now back in the American zone, Ryland Schwartz to try, stop by fire drill of a line change going here with 3:10 to play in the second period. They still have the 1-0 lead over the Allen Americans. Bataccio plays the puck for the oncoming Matthew Brisebois, and here he comes through his own zone. Jesse Schultz, cross-ice saucer pass, right on the tape to Barchuk. Barchuk on the far side, rips his shot, it's stopped by Gill, took a high bounce. Nobody's able to locate it until the Americans' defense of Kevin Young sends the puck back into neutral ice. Michael Young played to Matthew Brisebois. Now the forehand to Ferriero. Drop for Daniel Barchuk. Barchuk able to pass that one to Ferriero. Over the blue line. He's onside. Rips a shot high. Corner. And it just goes over the net. Jamie Schaffsma, the Americans' captain, able to...
Down the D-man, and just a great heads-up play.
20 minutes ticking away for the final time tonight. The Rush have the puck off the opening draw. Brisebois to Michael Young for Daniel Barchuk. Deep into the zone again. Young recovers and throws it to Barchuk on the far side. Barchuk turns off ice, but Gary Steffes stops him on the far side. Here come the Americans with the puck. Down low, it comes to Chris Crane in the far corner. Crane with Young all over him, and Young slams him into the board. Swooping through, though, is Ryland Schwartz, and Matthew Brisebois throws him all the way into the neutral zone. Chris Crane behind the net. Gary Steffes lost it to Cody Ferriero. Skate to stick on the play. It's Matthew Brisebois with a man all over him in Steffes. Brisebois shovels around two gentlemen, and here come the Americans, though, buzzing offensively. They've got a lot of creativity out there as the puck to Conrad Abelstauser, played in neutral ice to Gregor Hansen. Hansen goes into the neutral zone looking for Spencer Osachuk. Drop back. Hansen broken up on the play by Jesse Schultz. Chipped up 4 feet ahead to Cody Ferriero. Head faking around Vincent Arsenault, but the puck is tipped by Arsenault's stick. Back to Schultz in the Rush zone. Skate to stick, he goes to Matthew Brisebois, who carries the puck up through neutral ice with speed. Brisebois, around one, around two, over all three lines. Ferriero in! Oh, gets a deflection. It just goes wide. Barchuk unable to keep the puck in the zone, but Michael Young does. Up the far side, the Americans have it, and with it is Chris Crane through the neutral zone. For Conrad Abelstauser, coming in from the play from his native deep positioning. Abelstauser a shot, knocked away by Bataccio. Rebound played by Abelstauser. He threw it in front of the net. No dice there, and Jesse Schultz recovers the puck after he takes a couple of hits, and in the process, somebody blew out a tire coming onto him, threw him to the ice, and I believe that was Gary Steffes. Breeze 1 minute 42 seconds into the second period. Face off to the glove side of Riley Gill. Ferriero, clean win to Young. Brisebois, one-time shot wide of the net. The rebound almost came to Barchuk. Took a awkward bounce over the goal mouth of Riley Gill's net, but the Americans avoid chaos. Here they come through neutral ice. Hansen over the blue line, chipped high off the glass. In stride, it's Osachuk. Played behind Bataccio's net, lost the handle of it. It's lost in the back of the net. I believe it's jarred free, and it is. Osachuk in front. Baker a shot, scores. And with 4, Cody Ferriero, Spencer Osachuk in the dot, and Ferriero gets the win. Back to Michael Young. Young over the red line to Matthew Brisebois. Into the American zone he comes. Pumps the brakes, surveys his options. Brisebois cross ice for Barchuk. Passes too high, but he recovers and tries to dance around his oncoming assailant. Puck looked like it went off the meshing, but it didn't, so we're not going to get a whistle for that as we're back in the near side of the American zone. Now the far side. Barchuk up the far wall, couldn't connect with Jesse Schultz. Kept in by the glove of Brisebois, but the Americans got a fortuitous bounce of the puck. They immediately lost it, though, heading into the rush zone. Brisebois jumps around one, tries to send it for a streaking Jesse Schultz, but the pass is just a little too far behind. Arsenal throws that one in the neutral zone. Brisebois is going to get called for a tripping penalty as we correct him. I think there was about 5 seconds, maybe even less than that, on the penalty kill. So definitely a backbreaker for sure, but still plenty of time left in front of the rush. Now 8:45. Michael Young skates behind the puck, and it comes to Johan Rid. Far corner, behind the net. Brannon skates to stick. Rid lost it. The puck's still loose. And Chad Costello avoids chaos in his own zone and plays it neutral ice. Here comes Mike.
At least 2 shifts left here, and you empty the tank on every shift, and we have to force the play now.
Face off to the blocker side of Riley Gill. In the dot, Patrick Cullen. Across from him, Spencer Ostachuk. 3:55 remains in the game. 2-1's the score for the Americans. Ostachuk dances around the face-off dot. Now he's ready to take the draw. And the puck is won by Cullen. Shot through traffic from Daychief is denied by the body of Chris Crane. He flips it out into neutral ice, and Brisebois is in a foot race with Ostachuk. Brisebois turned it over, and Ostachuk scores. And with 3:45 left in neutral ice, we go. 2:40 left in the game, and the Americans are still pressing to try and put this game further out of reach for the rush. Here comes Patrick Cullen, far side of his zone, turned over to Young, and he scores right from the